As far as Mike Ashley's concerned, I think there's still a lot of explaining to be done by the current owner of the club. I think Newcastle fans have watched this takeover deal collapse. Yes, we're hearing in dispatches that Ashley's keen to get this back on track, but is it going to be feasible? Is the pressure from MPs going to be enough? Is that going to change anything before the start of the season? You'd have to say probably not. It's probably not going to be enough. So we're going to definitely be going through another transfer window with Mike Ashley. He'll push, I'm sure, in the background for things to change. But, this at the moment, as it stands, Mike Ashley is the owner of Newcastle United, and we'll have to wait and see exactly what shape they're in October when that transfer window ends, by which time there'll be a large chunk of the season, so there'll be no hiding place for Newcastle as a club in terms of where they are in the Premier League table. Well, the Henry Mauriss link just hasn't gone away from Newcastle. That's the top and bottom of it. This was a name that was brought to the table by people close to Ashley. I know a lot of people haven't seen anything on the record for him, but you ask any journalist how it works in terms of extracting information from the club, and people are briefed off the record, and during the Staveley bid, Mauriss's name wasn't dismissed. It was put to people who were close to Ashley, and they said that this was a credible bid from the American, but now the Staveley bid's kind of off the menu at the moment. Henry Mauriss has got effectively a free throw to come and take Newcastle United, and it's up to him now. But it would be good to get more from Mike Ashley on this, and let's have some explanation. When you held these talks with Mauriss, realistically, was it ever going to happen, or was it a ploy? Those are only questions that Mike Ashley can answer, and they will be fair questions. But moving forward, Newcastle fans have probably just got to get prepared for another season, or at least another pre-season under Mike Ashley, while we wait to see how things pan out with the Premier League. Well, the Premier League have just maintained the wall of silence, which they have done for quite some time now. I mean, it's great that MPs are starting to come out and show some support, and talk about getting the Premier League down to Parliament, and answering some questions that which they won't be able to back out of. But the reality is, local journalists and local media have been pushing the Premier League for a long time, 5 months now. I can only speak to myself in some respects, and we've been trying to get answers from people in the Premier League for that length of time, and it's good now there's some support coming in, and the petition's there, but sadly the takeover collapsed, and this support from the MPs might have been better a few months ago, when we were really pushing for the answers. So we see where we go from here, but I think it's in everyone's thoughts at the moment, and you hope that there is at least some explanation from the Premier League. But I think it's going to be difficult, and it will take a day in Parliament perhaps to sort that out. I think Steve Bruce now has to pick up the pieces almost, and look, he knew when he come in to take the job that it was never going to be easy, and perhaps this was the only circumstances he was going to get his dream job when the club was in crisis. They were certainly in crisis over 12 months ago when he got the job. They're certainly in another crisis now because of the collapse of the takeover. So very difficult for him, but he's got, as I say, pick up the pieces, get on with a transfer budget that's going to be slashed compared to last season, and try to make a fist of it and hope Newcastle can improve on that 13th place finish. But expectations certainly aren't high on Tyneside on what type of season this could be, because it's just a club sort of staggering from one crisis to the next, and they need clearer communication, and hopefully they can get that in the next few weeks, and see exactly where the club stand.